Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of One Meal a Day Modified. And today's topic is sweet. It is sweet. It's sugar. So I am going to just briefly give you my opinions. Of course, you should consult your medical professional if you have any medical issues, questions, concerns before starting any type of lifestyle change that may impact your health, etc., etc., etc. So, first we'll start with what I'm going to have for my meal today. And also I'm going to answer a question that I received from a viewer. They sent me a private message to my email, which was really cool. Sweet message, very kind, very supportive, much appreciated. And then they also had a question, so I'll answer that. So starting with the meal today, yes, I had a run on mangoes, so I still have, I want to say 3 or 4 of them left to consume. This one is really nice. I could tell it's going to be sweet. The last one I had was, it was kind of sweet and had a little tartness to it, which was also good. I was good with that. And then, of course, some celery because I felt crunchy today. And yes, I am back to the Noosa lemon and lime, of course. Got to throw lime in there, but they didn't have any at the grocery this time. The blueberry was okay. I don't think I would buy it again. So as you know, I've been trying different flavors, trying to get out of my little comfort zone with the Noosa. They do have a lot of flavors, so I will try some others. But yeah, today lemon. And one of my favorite vegetables ever, asparagus. Crispy, but cooked thoroughly, so it's not fibrous, because if you don't cook it correctly, it'll either come out really soupy soppy, or it'll come out whereas it is like, chewing on a stick, and you don't want that. And what I season this with is I actually use lime juice instead of lemon this time, and it's actually pretty good. So I use lime, garlic, crushed red pepper seed, some sea salt, and I actually put some sesame oil on it this time, and a wee bit of olive oil just so I could roast it correctly. And here is my piece de la resistance for the day, crab cakes. So, these are not the lowest calorie thing that I'm going to eat today because there is like some breading in there. Of course, I had to use some olive oil to cook these off, and bam, there you go. Plenty of crab meat, because why have crab cakes if there's not plenty of crab meat? So today's topic, once again, sugar, or we'll even say sugars, plural. I'm just going to go through some things that, are my thoughts on the topic. If you have any thoughts, comments, please leave them down below. If you don't agree, that's totally fine. As long as you're respectable, leave your comments down below. Give us a thumbs up. If you believe, give us a thumbs down. If you are like, I prefer artificial sweeteners, and that's just the way it is. So, one of the things to remember is if you do consume artificial sweeteners, they are 5 to 10 or more times sweeter than actual natural sugars. So, why? Why are they so sweet? Well, because the powers that be that create them want you to become addicted to their product. Also, why would they make a sugar substitute, a fake sugar, if you will, that's equal to nature? Of course, they think they're better than nature, and they don't care what it takes to get you there. So, what are some of these things doing to your body? Is it one of the reasons that, certain groups have an increase in cancers and others maybe don't? Because of the quality or the types of food they're eating? Or maybe there is no, disease behind it. I don't know. I mean, some people say there is. And a lot of different diseases and different infirmities, not just cancer. But also, if you think about it, they're there to simply sell a product. And, if it's pretty enough in a light pink, light blue, yellow wrappers, and, some of them now come in like the long skinny tubes, which are pretty cool. But, you don't need those. You really don't. If you have diabetes, talk to your doctor. A good doctor is probably not going to tell you to substitute sugar with something that's maybe potentially more dangerous. They may tell you just stay away from sugar. If that's the case, stay away from sugar, but also stay away from artificial sweeteners. They're not necessary. Also, maybe talk to your doctor, obviously. You can replace your craving with fruit, something natural. They have natural yogurts that don't have sugar in them, but they do have a little bit of a sweetness. It is an acquired taste. Siggi's is one of them that I've tried. I don't have like diabetes or anything like that, but my friend had turned me on to Siggi's. I tried it. Oh, I didn't like it. I did not like it. But you might like it. It's very, 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 very low in sugar. And, it's definitely an acquired taste. It comes in a cool container, though. See, that's how they get you that packaging, I'm telling you right now. The other thing is, if you eat things that are naturally sweet, such as fruit or cane sugar, which is in this, Noosa, but other sugars are out there, such as honey, agave, maple syrup. Yes, maple syrup is sweet once it's processed. And it's a great, sugar for certain things. Like if you like oatmeal or something like that, you can use maple syrup instead of using a table sugar or, cane sugar as we call it. But if you do eat fruit, for example, which is sweet, there's more to it than the natural sugars that are in there. There are fibers, nutrients, vitamins. Who knows? If you're thirsty, there's a little bit of liquid in there, to keep you going. So, eating fruit, some people are like, but, I'm trying to do this low carb, no carb thing. Well, if you eat fruits and vegetable, you're eating carbs. End of the day, you can't get away from them. Now, in this, there are some breadcrumbs. So maybe they're whole grain breadcrumbs made from whole wheat flour, but still, if you want to eliminate a carb, that is one that I would eliminate because you can't eliminate them out of your fruit. Out of your fruit. There's your fruit. Out of your veg, because that's where they live. They live there and they're good. They're good for you. But if you think about all the nutrients, the fibers, and the vitamins and such that you get out of fruit, plus get the satisfaction of the sweetness, nature has taken care of your sweet tooth for you if you allow her to. The other thing is, if you do decide to have a treat, like today, I always consider Noosa yogurt to be my treat. I know it sounds like I'm a spokesperson for Noosa. I swear I am not. I wish I was, though. I would be a great spokesperson for them. If someone could turn them on to me, that would be awesome. But for me, Noosa is a treat because it's more than sweet enough for me. And, it's creamy. So someone who just loved ice cream, which I still like ice cream, but I just don't have it often at all anymore. We used to literally have ice cream at least 4, maybe even 5 times a week. And I think I was replacing maybe my yogurt with that. But if you look at this for the sugar content, it will tell you what's in there. So it's 35 grams of sugar. I don't know what the daily allowance is for sugar, but all I know is that this works for me. So that's the other thing is, do what works for you. But remember, health is wealth. So, if you are like, yeah, I'm going to have Noosa yogurt because on 1 meal a day modified, she did it. She's lost 56 pounds. I can lose 56 pounds. No, don't have like dozens of these. You have one, maybe I probably have Noosa like 3 times a week. And if you think about it, if you ever look at my meals, which are all out there for you to look at, you can go to the playlist and see that. You'll see that this is probably like one of my bigger sources of dairy as well. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But like I said, I know it's working for me. And I do, as you know, take a daily vitamin plus a couple supplements. So far, so good. The other thing is if you do decide to have an occasional sweet treat, like, let's say you like coconut cake. Let's say you want to have a popsicle or some sort of ice cream. Have, a reasonable serving. So if you used to have the big bowl, take it down to the small bowl. Just nosedive right down into that small bowl. And also remember to enjoy it. If you're just shoving it in your face and swallowing it, then are you really, and there are people who will claim they're enjoying the food when they're doing that. They're not. That's an addictive personality. That's an addictive type of thing to do, is to just shove food in your mouth, barely chew it, swallow it, and not even enjoy it. And then someone looks at your plate and they're like, wait a minute, didn't you have like a full meal or a big dessert on your plate or a little dessert on your plate? Try a smaller fork or spoon if you have to. Or even try counting, put it in your mouth, enjoy it, give yourself 10, 20 seconds before you swallow, then go on to the next bite. That way it lasts longer, you're savoring the flavor, and you are not going to overeat and, have these extra calories in your body and really no enjoyment behind it. So thank you for tuning in again. And remember that health is wealth. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to tell you is make sure that you limit your treats, if you will. But if you do decide to have a treat, try not to make it pure garbage junk food. Like, don't have Little Debbie's cakes when you can have like a baked cake instead. If you're going to have cookies, make the cookies yourself. You're going to find that exactly what's in them. They're definitely going to be a lot more natural. And even, I'm going to use the H word, healthier. Because if you buy that prepackaged stuff, if you look at the ingredients, there's a bunch of stuff in there that probably no being of any type should be consuming. Also, the calorie counts tend to be a lot higher, and the serving amount really, really, really teeny tiny, which really sucks. Oh, and I have to give you that bonus. I'm going to answer a question. So one of our viewers asked me if I was transitioning into a vegan-based or vegetarian-based diet. And I think she really meant vegetarian, because I think people interchange the word vegan, vegetarian. And the answer is no. No, I'm not. The reason that she asked that is she said she noticed that I have a lot more fruit, veg balance on my plates than I do protein. Even though here there are 2 proteins. But no, I'm not. And then there, of course, are days, and you've seen some of my meals, you'll know there are days that we have just pure vegetarian meals. That's something that I've always done. I'm going to say over the last maybe 5-6 years. And no, I'm an omnivore. I was going to say I still love meat, but I do like certain meat proteins. Obviously, I'm a person who loves seafood, so you'll see seafood kind of often, especially fish. So no, and of course yogurt. But no, I am not transitioning into being a vegetarian or a vegan. But thank you so much for the question. If anyone else has questions, please leave them below. And thank you again. I'm signing off really this time for tuning in. Remember, health is wealth.